take a bunch of side streets so they get to Frederick Street, cut across.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how I used to get to work. When I worked at the armory down there, it would always be like packed.
Ooh.
Are we live streaming?
Oh, we're live.
Oh, okay. By armory, I mean a small grocery store called the Armory.
Ninth Ward.
I don't want them to know anything about me. Yeah, okay. Are you going to do your intro?
This is the intro.
Cool.
Hey, welcome. Good evening. Welcome to eFilms Travel. We're live streaming, driving around Hanover.
We're traveling.
We're hanging out. We might stop at Lowe's. We might stop at Texas Roadhouse.
I'm pretty much, like, I'm set on going to Texas Roadhouse.
This is Tim's windshield. It's very rental car-ish. Whenever I get a rental car, windshields kind of look like this.
Hey, will you be mad at me if I swear?
You gotta be.
Is it set to 18? Because they can hear swears.
I don't know.
If they can hear you be mean to your friends.
It's set not. You don't have to be 18.
Well, here's a lesson. After you left last night, I was in bed thinking about you. And I came to the conclusion. I was like, how long have I known Clay?
Well, that's like a liberal agenda, right?
See how I baited them? Well, you and I have been buddies for just about 16 years now. Right? So we became friends here. That's fine. Can you just secure my wallet? I don't like how it misaligns my spine if I sit on it. It's very Costanza-like. Yeah, we've known each other since 2007, so that would make it round about 16 years. Because we didn't necessarily meet at the onset of 2007. And it's the infancy of 2023. So it's been a long time. I think that'd be long enough for you not to insult the appearance of my truck, but...
Well, you had a different car where I was the cause of the problem on the windshield.
I almost brought that up because I thought that was in this vehicle.
Yeah, no.
Wait, was it not in this?
It was in your Jeep.
Wow.
And we got some, what's that place called?
Little Caesars. We're about to pass where it used to be. Now it's, ironically enough, a pizza place. Because I guess they had...
They had pizza stuff.
Yeah, they had the appliances, and it just made sense. It's Amore's too, if anyone's in Hanover and wants to look at it. Yeah. It's funny, because I feel like we've had 90 Amore's. One of them was my favorite when I was a young kid. We'd go to Amore's. They closed down like all pizza places do. Anyway.
I feel like, was there ever an Amore's the first?
Yes.
There were always like 2 and 3. And...
The first one was on this side of town. I vaguely remember where it was. I think it was in that center where the Hong Kong seafood Forbidden City restaurant is. Whatever it's called. The one you and I always used to go to. I'm 90% sure it used to be in that area.
Well, is it... What is the 2 for? Because
it's in reverence, you know?
Is it like this is the next one? Or like this is the generation?
It's like The Simpsons Snowball 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, do you remember exactly what happened at Little Caesars? I do.
Yeah, you were like, here, hold these wings.
And what did you do with them?
I put them like on the dash.
And I drove away.
There was wings all over the windshield.
The wings hit the windshield and it smeared everywhere. We used to go there a lot, and what we'd do is when you had a truck, we'd camp out in the back of it and eat pizza. And that was just good for us. $5 pizza, 2 hungry boys.
Like February?
Yep. All I knew is that if you and I were together, both of us had to come up with $2.50. And if we came up with that and the applicable taxes, we had a pizza. And diarrhea afterwards. Yeah, do you want to... How loosey-goosey is your life? Do you want to talk about why we're doing this? I guess that's pretty existential.
I'm...
Like the trip to Lowe's and...
Yeah, I've been doing it since 2009. I'm not really sure why.
I meant this specific trip. Not like why you've decided to do this. I know why.
Why we're going to Lowe's?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you're building a barn.
Yes. So we need drywall and maybe a door, maybe some insulation. It
Yeah, you're like Bob the Builder. We gotta get stuff that you put on walls.
So I saw on one of your videos that someone was like, maybe don't run red lights. And as I've been driving, I've been extremely cautious of like how I drive. Because I was like, oh, that's a good point. And I watched it. You start, gabbing about Hanover Next thing you know, you run through 3 red lights. But yeah, I ended up buying a home that was built in the 70s, and it was completely fine. And there wasn't a lot wrong with it, but it's just... You can't go really further or else we're going to owe them money. You know they're losing a lot from that crappy 90s.
It's a live performance, it's fine.
Oh, hell yeah. But yeah, so there's just some stuff I want to do to it. The Yahoo who had it before me had a... Well, I've met the man, I don't care for him. But I guess he's really into like building stuff and cars. So the regular garage that a house from the 70s would have, he ended up adding on a gigantic one. That was the size of the apartment I used to live in. So it's pretty
like bigger
big.
than the house.
Right, it's a very big garage, which is good because I like to work on stuff. But I'm making the old garage into a bar, which is pretty simple. I dismantled the door, took out the frame. Now we're filling it back in with studs, and we're gonna drywall it and insulate it, and then build a bar. Put it. It's I'm basically describing a room.
So this is.
I can't run this red light.
Basically, this old house.
It is. It is a old house, and I have my dad to thank, I guess, but I guess I'm at least semi-competent when it comes to building and/or fixing things.
And if you stay tuned and we make it to Tim's basement, it'll be, we'll show you this old house. Then it will also be Antique Roadshow. Because you basically have the Roadshow in your basement. But not antique, more like retro Roadshow.
Yeah, there's maybe some antiques, but it's mostly like...
Or like, what's the difference between retro and vintage?
I feel like retro is... Oh boy. Is,
There's your suspension.
People talking about like CRT and maybe like a Super Nintendo. And vintage is like old dolls. Vintage I feel like applies to clothing. Retro applies to like electronics. Maybe I coined that right now. I don't know if that's gospel or not.
Because I know there's like years, like a time frame.
Like how you define millennials.
For antiques and like vintage things. Is it antique or is it vintage?
Oh, is that? I didn't know.
Yeah,
I thought
like,
it applied
like
to
amount
cables.
Of decades.
Oh,
like,
dang. Yeah, people would like basement a lot. I would just hate for them to see how cool it is, and for you to do a live stream and all the comments to be like, go to Tim's. I just want you to come talk to me.
Yeah, you can. At least some YouTubers do that.
James
like,
Rolfe, shout out. We met him, so it's cool. I know him and his buddy Mike were big into that. They would just like be each other's houses. They were like, look at this thing you have. Which I really liked. I liked a lot of their live streams. Oh, maybe he remembers meeting us, and
how awkward we were.
Yep. That was a big no-no for me that I kind of regret. I made the cardinal sin of thinking I can like touch someone because I'm a fan of them. Like I don't agree with what I did. I don't mean like I groped the man, but we got video games signed and then we took a picture with him and we have it somewhere. I have it. But I remember that I put my arm like around him, not like prom date around him, but just like I think around his shoulder so I could like get in close.
Picture?
Yeah, because you were there too. We both got in on it. And I remember I kind of scooted in so you had room to be in frame. And I noticed as soon as I put my arm around his shoulder that he was like, ooh. And that's not like at all a commentary on James Rolfe. I don't think anyone would want anyone to touch them ever. But I was like,
yeah,
I see his YouTube.
It's like common practice.
Yeah.
When you're a celebrity and people are like, all right, I'm gonna take a picture with you. And then like the celebrities that enjoy it or at least good at their job, they like, they get into the photo.
Yeah.
They act like they know you. But yeah, it's just weird. And maybe some of these YouTubers like they're like the don't touch me type.
I got that
like,
vibe.
Like we know like we got friends with autism, you don't touch them.
Well, we rolled in deep that day. Yeah, I regret doing that because I did really think that I could just like touch a person because I view their YouTube videos. But if I could meet the man again, I'd say, hey man.
Well, he didn't take you to court, so.
No, he didn't even take offense to it really. I could just tell like maybe he wasn't expecting sweaty man in a Carhartt to put my arm around him.
But he also
He dealt with way worse that day too.
Yeah. He wasn't like touch me again either. I mean, it was.
No, he. By no means
did
he
wanted.
Yeah, I wanted him to be like, I liked that. No, I literally got so swept up into it because like me making videos on my own or me playing video games he made a lot of that come into my mind. So for me to meet him, I forgot how to be a normal human being, like ask for consent. Like, hey man, you care if I really get into this? Will I put my hands on you? But yeah, that happened here in Hanover too. It was a really big thing.
Yeah, there used to be a retro arcade.
Oh god, now I don't know what the proper terms are. I'm taking the long way because I'm enjoying our conversation. But yeah, there was the Timeline Arcade that was pretty neat. They did a lot to make it fun and accessible. They had like new video games you could play, old games, TVs and stuff. Then they had a bunch of arcade games which were pretty diverse. There was enough of them that you could get your money's worth. You would do like by the hour or by the day, and we would always go like the whole day basically. We'd show up at night. You could drink there.
Get carpal tunnel.
Yeah, it definitely hurt your hands after a while. But yeah, it closed down. I remember it was either you or I that talked to the guy who owned it. Not that we were at separate times. I think either one of us was doing something else and someone talked to him. But he was like, yeah, the machines need a lot of upkeep, but not a lot of people come here. But they don't come here because the machines need upkeep, and I can't pay for them because they don't come here. And it just sounded really stressful.
I mean, there's definitely a way to do it, and they didn't figure it out long term. But I keep thinking about it because it's such a weird, like, business model. Like, do you have to keep the games at a certain, like, time frame? It's like, if you do this for 30 years, like, eventually, like, you're gonna get some newer games.
Yeah.
But it's only gonna be games from, like, 10 years ahead of where you left off.
Are you saying that it doesn't have to be those arcade machines that need constant upkeep? It can be one of the newer ones they make that might not
Well, as
need.
time goes on, things are gonna get older. Then you gotta like end of life the end of lifers, and then
I think you're onto something.
you get new vintage. Just like how the generations continue. We're doing '90s clothes again.
I'm wearing a Cartoon Network T-shirt. So yeah, you're right. No, I agree. I don't think the big demand was to see the cool 70s pinball machines. I think it was to play like maybe 80s to 90s systems or cabinets. So you could definitely phase them out as you go.
Where you going?
Are you thirsty?
Are you doing the Texas Roadhouse?
All I'm saying is just a quick drink. I mean, do you want? Because I'll turn around. We need to go right to Lowe's.
Is this how you get into Texas Roadhouse?
Probably not. This divider is going to end at some point.
Well,
have I not lived here for 20 years?
Well, we could show in the mall.
Yeah, okay. It's a pretty relaxed schedule. I think Lowe's is open all night. Looks like they did make some progress in the mall. I tell you, I was at Dick's the other day. I looked at golf clubs.
Wow.
Yeah, you remember our old videos and we would like break stuff and yell at people, and I'm like, yeah, I was looking for things to golf with. I talked about the time I was upset I didn't get the man's consent before I touched him. Yeah, good thing those Tim and Clay boys still have it. They're crazier than ever. Who's driving your car? Is that your wife?
That is.
Do you want me to follow her, or do you want that out of the live stream?
She's hightailing it out of here.
I'm gonna learn from my thing with James Rolfe. Are you okay with me doing this?
I was there.
Okay. I didn't know if like Ellie was in a mood today and it would be best that I didn't follow and harass her. Why don't you stop here at the hot wiener? Oh, we're gonna get her good. I'm gonna pull up right next to her. It's gonna be so funny. Oh, she's got a red light too. Oh, dude, we're gonna get her.
Hi, wife. What's that? Oh boy. She bought something.
I guess we're going straight.
It looked like a Disney thing.
I have a genuine desire not to make people I know feel uncomfortable, so I'm glad right away she was like, there they are.
It starts with that, and then it just goes downhill from there. So now we're gonna get creepy, like random people trying to find us.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was asking you. I also don't know that I don't like how no one's tuned in. But if someone
one person did.
Oh man. Well, they're not going to hear that we're going to Texas Roadhouse. Maybe. Do you want to go to Texas Roadhouse? What kind of dogs are these? I really enjoy dogs. Let me sure. Doesn't look like he's crossing.
Dog.
Well, no. I really broke the speed limit just so Allie could be like, I bought this, and then drove away. I hope that was fun for her. I had a good time. I saw the Mustang and I was like, this is gonna be a good bit, and it was.
Who else are we gonna find out here?
I mean, it's a small town.
Rolf.
I really want him to see this live stream and be like, I remember those guys.
I felt really uncomfortable.
He put his arm around me. I remember saying yes. Remember there used to be a card store here? That factoid I tell you every time we're out here?
Like a hobby store?
Yeah, that's where I bought my first pack of Pokemon cards. Actually, the first time I thought I was getting Pokemon cards, I didn't realize it was a packet of Pokemon stickers, and I was really, really upset. Because, you know, during the financial demise of our country, when we were younger...
Just gave out stickers?
Well, it was marketed like it was the Pokemon cards, but I opened it and it was stickers. And my mom was like, "Did you get a good one?" I was like, "This isn't it." And it was so upsetting.
I remember getting one that was like holographic.
A sticker or a card?
It was like a handful of cards.
Someone just gave you a handful of cards?
Well, my mom gave it to me. We were at like EB Games.
Oh yeah, they had them.
And,
they had those.
She's like, I got these Pokemons. These Pokemons.
These Pokemans.
For your cousin, but I don't think it's the ones he wanted. So I think she did a thing where she didn't get the right. She didn't actually get Pokemon cards, but they were like holographic Pokemon cards.
It was like the discount ones.
Yeah.
There's that old store in Hanover, Super Savings, that used to sell Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They were completely fake, but kids at my school would play with them. Because we didn't have access to eBay or money, and they'd sell a whole pack of cards for like $1. Then the Catholic school I went to banned them because they had demons on them. They banned Pokemon first. I remember the principal came over the loudspeaker and she's like, I understand that we're playing with things that involve monsters. It's a no-go. I was like, all right. So yeah, we couldn't bring our Pokemon cards to school anymore. That was pretty upsetting. So, how do we feel about Texas Roadhouse? I could take it or leave it. I am kind of thirsty.
We can go to Texas Roadhouse and then tune in later with what we get at Lowe's. Well, Lowe's is closing.
When does Lowe's close?
9.
Is it really?
So it's 8:35.
Ooh, I guess we're not going to the Roadhouse. That sucks. Well, I guess we really could. I mean, we just put it in the back of the truck. I don't think anyone's going to steal it. I don't know. TBD. To be determined. Really not. I know I'm more keen to do home improvement than I am to have frothy beer. Go to Target and buy Pokemon cards. Are you sure it's closing at 9?
Yeah.
That's really early. Did you look it up?
Yeah.
Like today?
Yeah.
Ugh. That's so irritating. I feel like I was just there at 10 o'clock.
Oh.
Maybe
The
I was.
Hobby Lobby literally says Hobby Lob, which is almost what people nicknamed it.
Budget cuts.
Hoblob.
Well, it'll be fun just, going to Lowe's. Just getting in there. How long is Texas Roadhouse open? A lot of decisions to make
Sounds
here.
live streaming.
Well, I kind of was expecting to have this info. Don't you care about Hanover?
Yeah, I like Hanover.
I don't really care about Texas Roadhouse, though. I can take it or leave it.
Like, I got a gift card for Christmas too, and I was like, I'm sure I'm gonna end up here, but not by choice.
So, a very lovely organization sent me a gift card to Texas Roadhouse. It was very much appreciated. And I quite like it there. They're very patriotic, and it makes me feel,
Oh yeah, they got a thing going. Like, they're nice to the veterans and the police and the firefighters, and they like make everything from scratch in there. Like, they're very on point with the whole restaurant thing.
Oh yeah. It's not really my top whatever. But if I get a gift card, I'm gonna use it all at the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Very little of that will be spent on food. Oh man, I am thirsty. You hear that?
I think Lowe's sells drinks.
If they've got a White Claw in there.
Yeah, they do like White Claws, and then there's like free forklift rides. You can just get on the forklift.
All right. See ya.
We'll get in right up to the point where I need to help you move some drywall.
Thanks. I kind of want to dry this out first. You're probably wondering why there's a bunch of crap in there.
Why is there a bunch of crap in there?
So, shout out to my buddy Ben, who managed to get me a pretty good deal on stools. And I stopped by his house for some drinking and some other things to pick up the stools. And it started to pour, but I don't really know if leather goes well with, wood and rain. So he was like, hey, you can use my tarp. I used it when I had like a cement tank. I was like, oh, I'm sure that won't blow debris everywhere. So I guess like the cement debris was still kind of in there. And it just went everywhere. But a pet peeve of mine is when people have trucks, they're like, can't get the bed dirty. So why did you buy it? There's so many people who own really big trucks that have never hauled anything. Don't dent up the bed. So what do you mean don't dent up the bed? That's good enough for me.
Would you say that these people have really nice like tennis shoes too?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's not good.
Oh. Ooh. I'm going to go to the car wash.
If we,
The truck wash.
we might have a busy night ahead of us. All right. Well,
Let's get the drywall, then go in the car wash.
hey, you have the drywall, right? Well, we go in the pro dorm? Yeah. Is that an inn? No, it says empty. Oop, you know what I did? Left my wallet in the truck.
You're gonna need that. This lady's like, that was all for nothing. I waited for you to go back where you just were.
Like, excuse me, so we're vloggers, we're livers. Kind of hoping you give us all this construction stuff for free. Alright, let's part 2.
We're doing Lowe's a favor.
Paying them for their goods and services?
Yeah. Come on, Lowe's. Sponsor us.
Yeah, oh really? Yeah.
I do hardware. Or, like, I resell.
Don't tell me where you
things.
work. I
I'm
was
not
very
telling-
adamant about not doing that.
I'm not saying where I work.
They're gonna hunt you down. That's how it starts. And some queen is in your place of business, peeing over the floor to your attention.
There's some guy that looks like this. He's gonna show up. It's interesting. Normally I have like no service in here.
Humor me.
This is drywall.
Yes, it is. What if we got a door? Because I mean, I would prefer to do that first and then drywall. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah. Need one of these?
Because I could easily do the drywall on my own, I guess. But if you feel like giving me a half an hour of help, I'd be a very happy boy. I really enjoy like the smell of Lowe's.
Wood
And then-
cutting.
Yes, I love wood cutting.
Let's
I'm gonna be here a lot. coming
let's
up.
get a little crazy.
How are you?
Actually,
That's what we want.
we'll have to cut it while we're in Lowe's. Because it'll cut us.
What do you mean?
Alright, we'll be back.
Why is it gonna cut us?
We'll be back later. Because they're playing music.
Oh,
We'll
Yeah.
be back, everybody.
like we're tired again.
Stay tuned.